Alright. What's up, guys? Denny Sport Talk, back on another episode. Back with Sal today.
What's up, dude? Good to see you. I'm glad to be back on here. I got some shit that I have not talked.
Yeah, word.
You've been listening to We The Patriots lately?
Yeah.
Dude, been focusing in a lot, been staying away. So not like staying away from sports, but not talking about it unless it really comes up.
Yeah.
So I've been pent up.
You let your shit out.
Dude. All right, what are we talking first?
So, as you guys know, football started yesterday. It was week 1.
Yesterday we're recording this on Monday of September 11th. So
yeah,
9/11 out there.
9/11.
Happy 9/11 if you counted that.
Yes,
just
sir.
really just thank you to everybody who helped out with that is really what it is. I mean, especially with the games in New York. There was 2 games in New York there, and there was a lot of NYPD, NYFD stuff
going on.
I love seeing that. I really do. I think it brings together the community, even regardless of the outcomes of the games. So
yeah. Off topic, I was in Hoboken on September 6th, and they had the lights up for the Twin Towers. That was pretty dope. I never really seen that, like how close I was, but that was pretty dope.
That's a good image. It's a good image for
I
sure.
agree.
But yeah, dude, football yesterday.
Football. So let's just dive right into it. Sunday night. What the fuck?
You want to go with that first?
Yeah, I'm going there first.
Go chronological at least, dude. How was the day games?
All right, day games.
The day game that you cared about. It was sloppy. I said we talk about that one, bro.
Yeah.
That was a sloppy game, and at least it came out in the favor of your Eagles. Oof.
So I watched that whole game. First off, start the game. Defense was on lock. We did a pick 6. Then we got a fumble out of Zeke. Right there and then it was like, oh, Eagles are going to just take it. Looks pretty good, right? Second quarter comes. All of a sudden, we can't move the ball for shit on offense. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Jalen Hurts is basically running and sliding down to the line of scrimmage. Counts as a sack. You got him not reading wide open receivers. Like, we did not target Goddard once that whole game. And I was very surprised why. We ran the ball well, but then we kept trying to force shit, which didn't help. I will say the weather did.
I was going to say, when was the weather? Was it the whole game, or did it start to come in?
So it was the beginning of the game.
Okay.
Basically, just heavy rain from there, and then once we almost reached halftime in the second half, it was not raining no more.
That was it.
And then that was it. But like, there was no excuse for that half because we just
weren't playing the ball.
Yeah. Defense
what was the final score?
It was 25-20.
Oh, okay.
So we had a 16-0 lead at one point, and then that just got obliterated. Yeah. We were like, all right. I was like, all right, well, hopefully second half we come out. Second half, we didn't come out. It was like Jalen Hurts did an RPO play to Gainwell. It's either he gives it to Gainwell or he throws it field.
Right.
For some reason, he didn't look up, and he just handed off to Gainwell.
And to a defensive lineman.
Goddard is down the field 20 yards. Nobody's by him. Literally wide open down. All he has to do is throw it, and there's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Literally didn't.
Yeah, it happens.
And then, towards the end of the game, it was 4th and 2 at their 50-yard line in the middle of the field. There's about a minute left or something like that, like minute 20. We decided to go for it on their 50-yard line. We didn't make it, obviously, and then they're fucking trotting down the field. I swear to God, we should have lost that game yesterday. From what we were just doing and our decision-making, we should have lost that game. I don't know.
Ended up on top, though. That's all that matters.
That's true, but I don't know if it's from... I think it's a thing around the league where starters don't play preseason, and then they jump into it again. They're like, oh, fuck, this is... Okay, back to football.
Yeah.
It's like... It was like the whole league yesterday was just... Looked like... It was like their first time playing out a bunch of rookies.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I only watched the late night game. I don't really care about football. So I watched personally, and it was because it was Cowboys-Giants, but we'll get into that. Was there any other games of highlight? First of all, I had a question. Was the Eagles game a 12 o'clock game or a 4 o'clock game?
It was a 4:25 game.
Okay. So, yeah, any other games of highlight during the middle of the day?
1 o'clock game.
At least I caught your eyes.
1 o'clock game, Cincinnati versus Cleveland. Joe Burrow struggled heavily.
I saw that. Joe Burrow really did not look too good.
It was bad. Like you got Jamar Chase and T Higgins. Usually they split the ball. T Higgins did not get the ball once yesterday.
Really?
He got targeted
open?
once. I mean, he was not really, but like usually they like.
You know what I'm asking? Was it more of
Yeah.
a receiver problem or more of a quarterback
I think it
problem?
was more of a quarterback.
It seemed like
Burrow.
It seemed like Burrow just wasn't on the game.
Burrow
I don't know if he was not
I-
feeling it.
I think he was struggling because he's still dealing with a calf injury, and I think the weather also fucked it because that was some shitty weather. He basically played what the Eagles were doing, but like I think it was just like the weather and that it was making him like cramp up, and like the heat and all the moisture, it just wasn't good for him yesterday.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty obvious.
Yeah, but Browns won yesterday. I wouldn't say they just dominated the run game a lot. I wouldn't say like they killed them because it wasn't like a kill or murder. It just looked like the Joe Burrow was just struggling. That's about it.
What other games kind of ticked you off? Any?
49ers and Steelers.
Okay.
This is a crazy stat. I hope everyone saw this.
Okay. I didn't see it.
They cut. It was like 20-0. And I switched back to that game because I was seeing what it was, and I knew it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be a close game, but it was just a blowout from the beginning. Brock Purdy was on his shit that day, and I don't know that dude's something else. But fucking, we start, and I go back, and they show a guy on the bench, and he put up a stat. The 49ers had 199 yards total. The Steelers only had 2 yards total. Oof. I was like, Steelers just went 3-0 in the preseason, and they looked like a good-ass offense this year. What the fuck happened to them? And, it took them a while to get it going. I was like, oh, my God. Like, I've never seen that stat in my life before with total of 2 yards. That was crazy.
At what point in the game was that?
That was, like, second quarter, I believe. Could be wrong, could be end of the first, but still, that's bad. That means you weren't able to do anything.
You didn't move the ball literally. You did not move the ball. That's brutal.
2 yards.
So is that it? So is that the games that made you think?
Calvin Ridley and Trevor Lawrence is going to be a problem.
What's that?
Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley, that can be a problem.
Why do you say
they were fucking going off yesterday?
So I guess we got to just talk about it. The last game of the night, dude. The only game I watched.
Giants and Cowboys.
In MetLife.
Yep.
So we're in the Giants' home turf. It's, like we mentioned earlier, the 9/11 game. It's got a lot of passion behind it. I knew a lot of person.
Crappy weather.
I knew a lot of people that went to that game.
Yeah, I knew.
There's a lot of stories up last night. Let's just say there wasn't a lot of stories when I woke up this morning. So.
Oh my God.
So the interesting thing that I just want to bring up, I hope nobody ever forgets, the Cowboys were losing that game for the first 2.5, 3, 4 minutes of that game. The Giants were just rolling. And all of a sudden you had one bad snap. Led to, I think it was like a 15 or at least it was a 10.
It was a 10 or 15 yard.
It was big for that. It was big. It went from they were in the
It went from their 25 to their
No, they were in the red zone. No, they were in the red zone and the ball went to the 30, which means a field goal. If you're talking a field goal, that's over a 45-yard field goal. I think it's at least a 45-yard field goal from the 30. Right?
Wow.
So it's about a 47, I think, if you do the math, at least the way I used to calculate field goals. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's not an easy field goal, and it's not a hard one per se, but nobody's a great kicker nowadays, and it was wet out there yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tough kick, and that was sick. I mean, I haven't seen that move except for in college. I didn't think it would work, but it does work, I guess. If that gap opens up, he just shot right through that thing. It was so cool. If I can find a clip, I'll try to post it.
Yeah.
It was really cool. He just jumped through
the right in the gap.
And he swatted it, and it's so weird because normally the Cowboys are on the receiving end of these highlights, and that's been my lifetime, but picked up, and I was just like, that's an opening. There's no doubt that he has a lane to the end zone right there. I was like, fucking go. I was pumped up, and no shit. He took it all the way. And then I think the next drive was that one an interception? The next drive?
Yeah.
And that led to a field goal.
What
So
was
it was
it?
kind of or was it a punt?
Was it an interception?
I know their third drive was their third drive was for sure an interception. I don't know about the second drive.
Yeah, he threw 2 interceptions. Yeah, it was an interception, I believe.
No,
He
actually,
threw 2
I don't
interceptions.
think so because one was a pick six. So
One of them was a pick six.
So what I think happened, I think we just got him to punt. I think they.
I know what it was. I know what it was.
I think,
It was.
if I'm right.
It was when Daniel Jones was throwing it to Saquon, and as soon as Saquon caught it, Diggs popped, and the ball went up, and then they took it back.
Right, but that was the first one, and I think that happened after we stalled them out and got a field goal.
Yeah.
So our offense didn't look great. Our first drive didn't look bad, but we didn't really move it that well. We just had good field position, I think, from a punt, and from there we got field goal. We gave it back the ball, and I think you just mentioned the play right there. We took it to the house on defense. So for the first time, I think, in Cowboys' last 20, 30 years, we got our first 2 scores in the game were defensive. And, yeah. So, that's just something to go for. Like, that's pretty cool.
Giants just looked like...
After that, I'm not even saying after that. After the fumble, it started with that one bad snap. They looked beat.
They looked like they didn't...
And the Cowboys got energized.
Oh, yeah,
they fed off it. They were like, we are kicking their ass today.
Definitely.
There
is a back... I don't know what exactly happened, but supposedly the Giants were saying something about Kadarius Toney, like, dropping all those passes for Mahomes the other night. And then Toney posted on his Instagram with the score and, like, Saquon Barkley's face and a fan's face, and he goes, "You're all quiet as hell now." And he was like, "I'm back off this Instagram shit now. I'll catch you guys later." And, like, that's just, like, ended it. I was like, it's like, dog. It was so fast. They were just ripping points.
That was the only game that was fast, I guess.
Yeah, that's the only game that felt like a blowout.
But it cooled off, though.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, you could tell, like, the Cowboys, once they got that lead, they're like, well, first of all, they really only played D, and second of all, they really just tried to milk out the game.
It was also the weather, too. The weather started picking up again with the
weather sucked. Like, you're just going to run the ball in that environment. You're not going to get a lot of running done.
Yeah, I agree. But
it was fun to watch till it wasn't.
It was.
I ended up turning off the game, just like I was embarrassed, and I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
It was hard to watch.
I ended up watching the rest of the game.
Yeah,
I was doing some homework.
I watched through most of the third quarter, and I was like, all right, it's a dead game.
Yeah, I will say this. I'm never picking a Giants player. I just picked a kicker for a fantasy league, and I got a -2, so I'm never picking a Giants player in my life again.
At least it could have been worse. -2. It could have been worse. It should have been.
It can't be worse than T. Higgins putting 0. Like 0. T. Higgins literally got 0 yesterday, and fucking, I'd rather have that than fucking the kicker get -2.
-2.
Dog, fucking me.
But anybody who had Giants players got pretty railroaded, and especially whoever played against the defense.
I think Daniel Jones only had like 9 points. I was like, what the fuck? Like that I don't know. I thought Dallas was gonna. I thought that game was gonna be at least decent. I thought it was gonna be like. I thought it was gonna be a decent game.
I thought that Dallas was gonna win. I did not think they were gonna do that.
Never mind. I was wrong. Daniel Jones only got 4.46 yesterday.
I was gonna say
with 104 yards and 2 interceptions.
No way. He got a lot of points yesterday. He had a bad day, man. The whole Giants had a bad day.
Yeah,
so let's predict for tonight. We should have a game coming on in a couple hours. And I kind of lied before. I said there was 2 games. Our second game in MetLife is today.
Yes, today.
So, what do you got? You think A-Rod got any juice left in him? You think he's got?
Oh yeah, he's got juice left in him.
Well, you think
it's a different A-Rod to come, but I don't know. It's tough. I'm either thinking the Bills by 3 or the Jets by 3.
Okay, so
that's
you think it's going to be a tight game.
I think it's going to be a tight game, unless the weather's like very shitty again, like it was yesterday.
Which it might be.
It might be, but
what is?
I don't know. It's tough.
Here's the real question: what is your pick? Do you think that Josh Allen gets your win tonight in fantasy?
I fucking hope so.
Nah, make a pick. You think he does it, or you think he's gonna screw you right now? He's got a pretty low bar, right? 9 points.
Who? Allen?
Allen's
projected right now.
No. What does he need to get for you to secure your
He at least needs to get like 20, to 24 points.
Oh, does he have a player going as well?
Yeah, he has got Garrett Wilson.
And how much are you down right now?
I'm down 98 to 85.
Oh, you're down a lot worse than I thought you were.
But if Garrett Wilson has like a night fucking like T. Higgins had yesterday.
Well, yeah.
Great.
Well, yeah. In that one particular moment. Yeah, so you're pretty screwed.
Yeah, pretty much for that league. But my other league, I won. I beat. Right. I'm undefeated still.
But, did you want to talk anything else? Anything else football before we start blabbermouthing?
Well, since A-Rod's not here, I'll talk to him for the Patriots. Patriots looked amazing yesterday. Since Bill O'Brien's calling their plays now, I think we touched about that in the offseason, me and A-Rod. But since Bill O'Brien's like calling those offensive plays now, Mac Jones looks like Matt Jones was throwing dimes yesterday. It was crazy. He looked more comfortable throwing in the middle of the field than he did on the outside of the field, which is pretty good, to be honest. But I think the weather also fucked him, too, because the ball was so slippery, so he couldn't place it like that. But over the middle, he was, like, dead on.
If you revisit that game and it was clean weather and you see those teams battle it out, do you think it's still a close game?
No, I don't think it is. Yeah, actually, I think it is.
I would say with how
I would think it is.
Never mind. Off their game
I was lying.
Philadelphia was. But does that say that Philadelphia is definitely on another level compared to the Patriots at this point?
What do you mean by that?
Like the Eagles are, like, at this point, they're pretty renowned to be a repeating at least contender. And the Patriots have not been since Brady's out.
I would say they're not on the same level because the Eagles should have took that game with ease yesterday, to be honest. But
Patriots tried to make it look like
it wasn't. But I mean, I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna worry about it too much because it's first game of the season, so it's kind of like preseason for them because obviously no starters play preseason, which I find ridiculous as fuck. But
but that doesn't make any sense. They didn't play at all, or it was minimal.
No, they didn't play at all. All the starters this year for the Eagles did not play.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure for Dallas that wasn't the case.
But I think Dallas played some.
At least offensively, I saw most of the starters.
Like last year, Eagles played their starters, and last season they got like 2 drives. It don't matter. Just put them out there for 2 drives, whatever. Like, you got to get them.
They got to get reps.
I don't know what's going on with nowadays, but like they just don't want to play stars in preseason. But like,
they don't want to get them hurt because they're,
I guess,
but then that just pushes those odds over to the first week.
Exactly.
And then you're actually probably putting them at more of a risk because you're going to expect them to do that for 4 quarters in a row at high speed.
Exactly.
First week of the season instead of doing it in preseason.
It's different because you're not going against different teams. You're going against your own team, and you're going at your own pace.
Correct.
So like, you just throw them into week 1, and they're like, oh, shit, this is much faster than I haven't done this in a minute. So then you just throw them out there. You're like, well, shit, like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, that's why I thought Kenny Pickett was the Steelers game going to be good because Kenny Pickett and all of them, they played preseason and they looked phenomenal. They were 3-0. They were on a roll.
But they don't need to play every down. They play the first quarter maybe, or maybe they even play half the quarters and then you do the second.
Like, give them a couple of periods at least. Like, get their rhythm going.
Get them going. Like, see if they can put a couple of drives together. Yeah.
Like yesterday, we lost. N'Kobe Dean's out a foot. And James Bradbury is now out in concussion protocol, so he might not play Thursday night versus Vikings. I don't know what's going on with the NFL teams not playing stars. Become more like the NBA, who sit stars for no reason.
So. It's got to be the same thing, and I'm sure the players are lobbying for it. Not like if I was a player, I wouldn't want to play preseason because then that's going to raise my chances of not playing in the regular season and not getting paid. I'm sure you don't get paid based on preseason games.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Like, look at J.K. Dobbins. He didn't play a single preseason. He comes back. This is his first year being fully healthy.
Yeah.
Comes back yesterday, gets a touchdown towards the end game, towards Achilles.
Yeah.
And now he's out again.
Right. Indefinitely. Probably out for the year.
Yeah, he's out for a year. He's done. And then, of course, he's on my fantasy team, too. Right. So I got to drop him.
You got to drop.
But anyway, like, that just makes my point. Like, if he gets at least some reps, you might have that. But at the same time, his body's going through the motions and like getting it.
Right.
You just stick him on first week and he's doing all this work and then he ruptures Achilles. And he's on a contract year. So now what do you do?
Yeah.
Now he doesn't get signed.
Well, now he screwed him.
Exactly.
So, yeah. He's going to have to sign for a little chump change.
So like, I don't know.
Really
It's
fucked
like supposedly, since I'm talking about it, NBA supposedly passes something about not sitting 2 stars a night. So like reference to Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
There's a rule now, or
So
they're thinking about it?
they're gonna see if they can pass it or approve it. So like say one night Paul George is out, Kawhi Leonard cannot be out, or by versa.
Unless there's an injury,
Unless there's
like stipulation.
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't want, like
They don't want teams abusing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It is really unfair to the fans.
Exactly. Like you pay there's $100 in tickets, and like you don't see players.
It's also unfair to the coaching staff, though. Like, what are you paying for? Like, you would expect if you tell your GM, go get me that superstar. Doesn't matter, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, no matter what it is. You tell your GM, like, I need that center.
Mm-hmm.
And he went and got you that center. And all of a sudden, this center is like, yeah, coach, it'd be so much better if I can only play like 55 games this year.
Out of 82.
Can we work that in?
Yeah.
And it's like, if I go against that, makes me look bad as a coach. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's the environment that we're in.
If I was a fucking pro player, I want to play my ass every single day. Fuck everybody else. Like
and find me a way. If I got to take steroids to do it,
Yeah,
put them in me, bro. Whatever the team's got.
Like I'm getting paid all this fucking money to play. I'm gonna fucking play no matter what. If I get hurt, so doing it, then that's it. But
that's why you got
paid $1,000,000 to just fucking play, I'll play.
I just
like even football, dog. Like I would take a hit for like $3 million. Like shit. Yeah, like just play. Like I understand you're getting the age where like your body can't handle it, but like shit, dog, you're getting paid like $25 million.
Most of them aren't, bro. You can't tell me that no Eagles starters played in the preseason, and you're gonna tell me that all of them were old and should be sitting out. That's not close.
Like
talking about like
you're getting paid, dog. Bro. Just play. You're getting paid.
All right. You want to talk? Hey, I want to just throw this in there because I think you said Djokovic won his 25th title.
I believe,
bro.
I'm gonna search that because it's either 25 or 26.
Bro, what a legend, though.
I know.
He is unreal, unbelievable. This guy, he just doesn't stop.
I'm very proud of myself. Somehow I spelled his last name right.
Djokovic.
He has. Oh, wait, was that updated? Or?
You gotta look up major titles, major wins. If you blurted out a totally wild title, I'll laugh my ass off.
Major titles.
Danny.
24. He has 24.
Is that including yesterday's or?
I believe so.
So he's either at 24 or 25 for sure.
One of those. No, he, No. Where's the next one? Oh, what the fuck?
Danny.
24.
Struggling.
24, because it's 6 hours ago. 24.
So he won 24.
He's got 24 Grand Slams.
Yeah, I mean, stud. You want to talk baseball? What minor amount of baseball? Dude, I really don't want to talk baseball, bro. This is a sad thing.
Let's see, Yankees.
I think the last time we talked about baseball, we were very optimistic. I don't even know if the baseball season was.
We were very optimistic about the Yankees. I will say that though, because we thought me and you thought they were gonna lose out the series. I mean the season, and then they call up Jason Dominguez. All of a sudden, they fucking sweep the Astros. Then they start winning all these games. And then all of a sudden, Milwaukee comes into town, and we just get our shit blown out. And then fucking...
It wasn't that, dude.
Jason Dominguez has UCL injury now.
I'll tell you what it was. You don't finish out that sweep against Detroit. Rodon blowing that.
That was terrible.
You have an opportunity to sweep. What would that have been? 3 series in a row they would have swept? That would have been a 9-game winning streak, I think. No, it wouldn't have been that many. How many games in a row would it have been? 3 series in a row they would have won.
3 with the Astros.
Which they still did. But they won
9.
They won 3 with the Astros. They won 2 against Detroit, and then they lost. So it was 5 games. It would have been 6 going into the Brewers, right?
I think they versed Detroit twice.
No, they played Detroit 3 games. They beat them twice, and then they lost.
Yeah, you might be right.
So they played, it was a 5-game winning streak in total. They had a chance to do a miraculous run, but they basically had to not lose. They didn't. If anybody's not Keenum.
Yeah, so we
They
swept Houston, won 2 versus Detroit, lost the last one.
And then we go into...
And then we go to Milwaukee.
Yeah, so then we lose 2 in a row.
We lost 2 in a row.
Badly.
And we won yesterday on a walk-off, and today we versed Boston.
I mean, but you had a chance, like I said, for Rodon to finish out that series against Detroit, who's not a great team. They've been playing good lately, but they're not a great team. You have a chance to bury them.
Mm-hmm.
And we have that little spark. It's not a lot, but we have that little bitty spark that's like, all right, if we keep doing what we're doing over the past, like, week here, we got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And no, not only no, I think he let up, what, 5, 6, 7 runs? Like, it was terrible. He looked awful. And so then you go into the Milwaukee series, and nobody has it. And Cole's just a dog, dude. I'm sorry, but he's dogging this year. And he wants that side because he knows that's all he's going to get. He ain't getting nothing else. Other than that, dude, we look terrible. I mean, and with the Dominguez news, there's nothing you can do about that. It's just like a shit feeling. It's like he was doing real good. It was good to see him up there,
Yeah, what, 4 home runs? And like...
He was, all I know is I think his OPS was in like the 10s, or at least it was in the 9s.
Something like that, but still, he was doing well. Now he got an injury. He's out for like what?
They waited way too long to bring him up. He was trying way too hard to get it done, way too late. With me not really realizing how bad Bader's stats had gotten, bro, we should have gotten rid of him a long time. We should have traded him. He would have been an asset, I think.
Know.
Teams would have liked him.
Mm-hmm.
And
we waited for that.
We
waited too long to do moves. That was our problem.
Donaldson, like, if you knew you were going to cut him eventually.
Did he play? He got signed by the Brewers. Did he play yesterday?
Huh?
Swear to God, if he hit home run versus us, I would have been.
No, he got signed by a minor league deal, I think.
Okay.
I don't think he signed anything.
To say.
I don't think anybody wants him on a major league team, to be honest. He doesn't look good.
Yeah, I think he just signed with the Brewers, but I'm just saying, if he played.
Go check, yeah, I don't think
If he played yesterday and he hit a fucking home run, I would have been so mad.
I don't think he's up.
Why did I search up the Brewers? I'm so stupid. Josh Donaldson.
That's better.
Josh Donaldson is currently on the Milwaukee Brewers. It was a minor league deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's on the fucking...
So he's probably not. He's probably not on the roster. Yeah, I mean, dude.
Oh, never mind. 2 hours ago, Josh Donaldson back in majors. Brewers call him up.
There you go. So, I don't even care about that. Regardless,
Me neither.
they waited so long to get rid of these guys when they were clear issues. And you had an opportunity, like I said, with Bader. With him not performing well, that's a perfect opportunity for you to probably go out. And people will probably pay you for that. So in the very least,
yeah, definitely.
Like you just got a little bit of cap reduction here. If you got rid of him in the middle of the year, you might have actually gotten some cash. You might have had money to chip away at this whatever debt you have, or go towards other players in the offseason. I don't know how you're spending your money nowadays, but you had a clear opportunity because I didn't see the stats and how bad they were. And if I knew that's how my everyday center fielder, how he was playing every single day, I would want to probably trade him too if I knew he was supposed to get a payday this offseason with arbitration.
I agree.
So, and with knowing I have Dominguez coming up who's on fire. And they put him in AAA. Obviously, he ended up performing well. You can't control that. That could have been he goes up or down.
Yeah.
You don't know at that point.
You don't know yet, but
whether you get back a center fielder for Bader or not, my point still holds. You could have made something happen that was just as good as what the production we were getting. That was below league baseline, dude. You could have put Judge over there, he would have been better.
Yeah, to be honest.
And I don't like Judge in center field at all.
Me neither.
I'm very anti.
I know.
But if you can put Judge in center field and he's more productive, it's time to move you.
Yep.
It's time to move you. I think we got messed up there. Rodon's disappointing me. I hope that
I hope next year is
I just hope it's injury stuff.
I think it is.
I hope he fully recovers this offseason.
I think the injuries just fucked him up beginning of the season, and then he came back later.
I just hope he has a better attitude too.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I do hope. I hope he's got a better attitude, for sure.
I do want to get your opinion on something.
Yes.
Shohei Ohtani.
To the Yankees?
No. What do you think that injury means for him now? Think he's gonna get paid or no?
I think see, the thing is,
There's a lot of people are saying
the
that.
people that are saying his value didn't go down, how?
Well, a lot of people.
Everybody is saying his value went down. It's just a matter of how you look at it. He's not going to get signed a 10-year, $50 million a year contract. It can't happen.
Especially after what?
But
he's got the UCL injury, right?
he still might get a 6-year, $50 million a year contract.
Mm-hmm.
He still might get a 7-year, $50 million a year contract. So, like, it depends on how you look at it. I think he lost a lot of value with it, but in a different way. Because you can also project him out as a big lefty slugger that just takes hacks in his older days.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll probably be a stud
Mm-hmm.
until 38, 39. So you can realistically sign him and not take too big of a hit, especially if he wants to extend it out. And maybe you let those later years be a $29 million contract, assuming that'll still be a decent amount of money those days.
I heard that his agent or whatever's, he's been telling people that he's not getting surgery yet. They're gonna wait till after the season to get it.
Why? That's moronic.
I guess they're going after the MVP. That's probably why. Because if he's out, he's probably not gonna win MVP. I don't see why not, but
Actually, no, I didn't think about that. He should definitely hit if he can.
yeah,
if it's not impacting.
he's hitting.
If
He's
it's not
just.
impacting. It seems like his production went down quite a
His
bit.
agent's just saying no, we're not getting surgery.
How's his production been since the injury?
I don't know. I haven't looked. That's good.
Check out his stats. Go look him up. I know his home run production's been down a lot because like Judge keeps climbing the leaderboards, and you look at Ohtani, he's up there with like 44, 45 still.
Yeah, but he's not. His agent says he's not getting surgery. A lot of people are saying just get the surgery, get over with, because of where the Angels got this year. And now news came out the other day that Mike Trout, if he wants to trade, the Angels will do it for him. So
Really?
I don't know. It's just I think he should get the surgery.
That would be a good acquisition for the Yankees.
Imagine.
Well, we would have a temporary center fielder, and you move him over once Dominguez is back.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Shohei.
I kind of want to see Shohei's stats. Okay. Dude,
Let's
the Yankees
see.
fucked up. They really fucked this season, dude. We are not looking good compared to Boston.
He is batting 304, 44 home runs, 95 ribbies, 20 stolen bases, an OPS of 1.066.
So he's still hitting. He's just not hitting home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's see his last couple games.
He's got to be still hitting. There's no way his average is that high if he's not hitting.
So, batting. April, May, June, July.
Did you look up the whole game log? Yeah, he's going through the whole game.
September. So, September 1st, he had 3 at-bats. He went 1 for 3.
Uh-huh.
September 2nd, he went 0 for 2. September 3rd, he went 0 for 3.
So he had walks on that second game.
So, September 1st, he had 1 walk. September 2nd, he had 3 walks. September 3rd, he had 2 walks.
Yep.
And that's pretty much it. His slugging right now sits at 6.654. OBP, 0.412. And his average sits at 304 right now. So, I don't know. I think he has MVP locked either one way or another, but
You think he's got MVP?
yeah, I don't really. Unless Judge's miraculous fucking slugs for the rest of the season, but
Judge can't get it. He's not gonna have enough at bats to qualify, I don't think.
I don't see who else would beat him right now in the MVP race for that.
In the AL?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think. Do you think that Cole sweeps away this Cy Young? You got kind of Sonny Gray is kind of.
I think Cole.
Sonny Gray is kind of like dogging this year, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think Cole's gonna take it. I think he's kind of pissed that his team's not in the mix here.
But yeah, pretty much. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, but it's his life. So
I don't care. I'm about it. I think he should try to hit, see what he could do, especially since he's, like I said, he seems to be hitting recently. He's not hitting. So.
he's basically just doing what Bryce Harper did. when he had his injury for his arm he just hit. He didn't throw or
If
nothing.
your team wants you to be the hitter and DH, then there's no problem. I don't see it.
It's whatever.
You got any more baseball you want to talk? Do you want to like really talk baseball, dude? I got one more thing that I could ask you about. Like that's so we don't have to talk like records or anything. We could save that. Did you see what happened with the Mariners this weekend?
No, but I saw the Blue Jay pitcher fucking throw 3 pitches out the strike zone.
that was a Royals pitcher, I think.
Oh, was
against
the Blue Jays?
Yeah. No, it was against the Blue Jays.
Oh.
I'm almost positive.
Yeah, it was Royals. Sorry, my bad. It was Royals. Good. So anyway, yeah, Royals pitcher just I don't know what the fuck he was doing.
Yeah, it was brutal.
All right, what happened with the
Mariners? So they played against Toronto this weekend, I believe.
Okay.
And they had, Kirby. I think it's George Kirby.
Was it about the interview?
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. I did see the interview.
So, for those of you that did not see it, what I'm about to ask Danny is more like a philosophy of baseball. How do you feel about a starting pitcher basically crying to the media that he thinks he should have been taken out of the game? Is like I'm summing it up. You can go look up the clip. I think it was George Kirby. I could be mistaken.
I think it was Kirby. I remember his fucking face.
And
dog, this is it. I can't.
So, what is your opinion on that? And if you were his coach, how would you treat that situation?
First of all, you're a starting pitcher. Who the fuck goes on the media and goes, "Yeah, coach should have took me out"? What? Okay, so that just means you just didn't want to play, or it'll make up for it. But my bad, didn't know. I don't know. These players these days get paid all these money. They just run their mouths like nothing. But
he apologized for it. So
no, I saw his apology. I'm just like
he didn't apologize, so I don't want to like take that away from him. But
like,
dude,
like why?
And it like wasn't only that. Like I think he even like went further on at some point. Like
explaining it.
I saw that. Didn't he say something to the tune of like, "Oh, I'll talk to them about it." Or like, "Oh, I'm saying it," or "I'll say something." Like he was getting heated with the media.
He literally just said, "Yeah, coach should have took me out." All right, but that doesn't mean you just basically fuck up yourself and does not want to pitch no more.
What do you do as a coach?
Like after I hear that interview?
Yeah. Because you're not sending him down.
I can't send him down, but I'm just gonna take him by off and be like, "What are you doing?" He'd be like, "What?" I'd be like, "Why are you saying that to the public? You keep that in house. If you have a problem, you come speak to me. You don't fucking go on an interview and say, 'Yeah, he should fucking took me out.'"
Right. But next game, like you got to think like he's got like a no-hitter going or something. Then he's flying through the game 5th inning, like he's getting hooked. You're gonna be like, you're gonna see the coach like on the front step, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm seeing something on your arm. I think we gotta
take
we gotta give you the hook today." He's like on the brink. So you ever see that story about CC who gave up? I don't even know how true the story is.
What's a no-hitter or whatever?
No, not give up the no-hitter. He gave up like his innings comp. So like he was just about to meet innings threshold.
Oh yeah, and he threw at the guy.
So he ended up throwing out, and he got thrown out of the game before he could reach the thing. Turns out the Yankees compensated him the whole package anyway, so it didn't really matter. But regardless,
he just got that shit because he stood for his team. That's why he did that shit.
Right. So yeah, that's all. It's kind of like same principle.
I thought you meant something else happened. Yeah, I did say that interview. I was like, you can't be saying that. You just can't. Like you have the right to speak your mind, but that's something you.
Dude, that was not good.
You don't say.
Not good.
That's something you do not say.
I think they got it.
Or what you should have did, or I would have did, I would have just pitched the inning, got out of it, be like, "Coach, I think it's time for you to rotate me. I don't got the juice right after this inning. That's something you should have did. You don't just be like, yeah, you should have took me out a while
Bitch to the
ago.
cameras about it, dude. That was so
Oh my god.
ah shit. That was it. That's all I wanted to bring up because I thought that
That's
was
funny, though.
ridiculous.
That's funny as hell.
That's like that would only happen today, dude. That can't happen 20, 30 years ago.
Dude, like,
You're
no.
getting
You
sent
get
down to
fired. You get
You're getting
released or
sent down to the
something.
minors at least.
Oh my god, these players nowadays are like what they say is crazy. Like, I don't know if you saw it. Did you see Jamar Chase's interview yesterday?
No, I don't watch. You know me.
No, I'm just saying it was his interview after the game.
Come on, dude.
And like that shit was like blowing up because he called the Cleveland Browns elves. He's like, we're versing a bunch of elves this weekend. And he got his shit blown out. He goes, yeah, I talk shit about the elves and I don't back up my shit now. So like, what do I do now? He was just emotional and pissed off at the same time. I was like, please, you ever talking this shit? Like, you don't just like you can't do this shit.
Got beat by the elves.
Like that shit with Tony before. Like the Giants fucking ripped him for not catching.
Beat by the elves.
And then
That's
fucking.
That's fucking.
Then Tony just snapped back at him real quick. I was like, oh my god.
I can't, man.
It's just.
There's
The sports world is coming crazy now. Especially like, I'll give Lamar Jackson his props. No agent and gets a fucking 5-year, $260 million contract. Good for you. I told you that before, but.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I just can't. I can't fathom making that much money to not be that good at the game.
Lamar Jackson, I'm sorry, but he looked like dog shit yesterday. That's all I'm gonna say. I was.
He's not
You
that good.
you threw.
He might not. How many years did he get signed for? 5.
5 years.
He might not see the end of that contract.
But still, like you
Be
signed.
honest.
They might. No, probably.
I'm not saying probably.
Unless he
might
asks
see the
for
end.
release, then no, I think he'll see.
You think he'll see the end of it?
If he asks for a release or a
You don't
trade,
think he has the possibility of suck? I think I just snatched a bug.
nice.
You don't think he has the possibility of sucking so bad that they need to get rid of him or try to release him? Try to pull some funny
I
shit.
think he
You know how
does.
much money he's making that 5th year? He's making
I
like
think-
$74
Yeah,
million.
that's crazy.
Like they're gonna have to try to defer that somehow. That's basically like a cap.
I think he does have like an awful season, but I feel like he has these seasons to back it up, and that one off season will be like, all right, you had a one off season. Now
So
you
you
go
think
next
he's
season.
decent?
Now we go to next season and see what you got.
No, but you think he's decent enough?
I think he's a good player. I have no problem with Marjay. I just think
I
he
don't think
needs to
he
be-
plays into the NFL very
he
well.
needs to be more focused on his development of throwing the ball
Mm.
and looking at his targets.
How was his
because
season last year?
It's pretty good till he got. Nah, I wouldn't say that. It was all right.
From my recollection, it was mediocre.
It was all right.
Not for the contract he was getting.
It was all right, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
And he was out for the rest of the season, which put his team out of playoffs. Or yeah, I think they all. I don't think they made the playoffs. Yeah, I don't think.
Regardless, he severely damaged their chances.
So like you sign Odell to a 1-year deal and you target him twice out of the whole game. Okay. And you target fucking Zay
How did Odell
Flowers,
look?
the rook. He looked good. Like he even said yesterday in his last after the interview, he was like, "It's not the game I wanted, but we got the dub. That's all that matters." But like, still, like you only target him twice for like 37 yards, and like that was in the fourth quarter of the game. You have the whole game, like, and Zay Flowers got like half of the receptions. I was like, all right.
So funny. I still don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're leaning Odell back into shit because of what he had last season. He tore his ACL again. So maybe they're leaning him into stuff. But still, like 2 targets at the whole game.
Pinball back to football because I got
At least throw it.
Cooper Cup. Is that the name? Is he sucking still?
He doesn't see the field in order for me to clarify.
Why is that? Is
He's
on your team?
on IR.
Is he on your team?
No, he's on my team. He's on my team. Thank God. He's on IR.
Really?
He's got a hamstring problem again.
Huh.
So I can't clarify.
Wow. So, yeah, I don't know, man. He's one of those guys that, like, I don't know if he's got it. Like, he really got overused in those first couple of seasons, and they knew what they had with him, but
He got overused their Super Bowl year.
yeah.
That's when they put the workload on him, really, if I'm being honest.
And they tried to do it again.
Tried to do it again, and now he's just dealing with a hamstring and everything. I do want to say one more thing about football. Stop comparing Patrick Mahomes to Tom Brady. That's not a thing.
Why?
Because that showed, versus the Lions, that Patrick Mahomes is not Tom Brady.
Why do you say that?
Everybody going, I'm not going to say everyone, but half the people were like, oh, he's the best player in the world. He don't need nobody, because Travis Kelce was out due to a hyperextended knee.
Okay.
So he was out for that game, so he didn't have him to target. They're like, oh, he's going to be fine. He's going to rip through him. Patrick Mahomes was everybody better around him.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened?
I don't know. I didn't see
They lost. And it was because it dropped.
ugly?
It was because it dropped pass. Mahomes was putting it on the spot, but
They weren't catching.
Weren't catching it. If you look at Tom Brady, when he had nobody, they were catching the ball still, moving up the field. Yeah, they weren't scoring as much, but they were still moving the ball.
Yeah. But he also didn't take huge shots, or he stuck nice and close.
I mean, even if he took huge shots,
threw a fastball into their stomach so they didn't have a chance.
Even if he threw like a shot, it was like it wasn't even near him, or it was close to near him, but it was just Detroit's got a good defense this year, so they were pretty good.
That's nice.
Detroit looked pretty good. They looked like a solid. They looked like a solid team, even if they won or lost. They looked like a solid team.
Do they play Dallas on Thanksgiving?
I could check. I know
that would be a huge game.
I know the Eagles play the Giants on Christmas Day. I saw that the other day. I was like, "Oh, that's new." But I can tell you what the Thanksgiving games are real quick.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Lions are gonna be playing them. But
who are the Cowboys playing this week coming up? For all you people that really care over in the New Jersey area.
So this year we have Green Bay versus Detroit at 12:30. That's gonna be a good game. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Oh Lord, Commanders at Dallas, really?
Again? Didn't they do that last year, or was that?
No, I think that was like 2 years before. And you got San Fran at Seattle.
I feel like they could have mashed it up a little better, but
yeah, they could have.
The first game will be good.
Let's see Christmas Day games real quick. I know the Eagles play, but here we go. Chiefs will host the Raiders. Eagles will host the Giants, and the Ravens go to San Fran.
Okay.
Okay, that's a pretty good Christmas Day thing. But yeah, that's all I got. Stop comparing Patrick Mahomes to Tom Brady. Thank you.
And Yankees wake up.
Yeah, you better wake up because your ass is going to go home sit on the couch like I do watching games.
Word. Till next time, brother.
Yeah.
What else you got?
We've got an interview coming up, like I told you guys.
Yeah, I hope so.
Gonna mention that real quick. Hope so. We got either one or two minor league players.
Word.
But that's an interview coming up. Me, A-Rod, Sal, and two minor league players.
Let's have fun.
That's coming up. You guys should look forward to that.
See you guys soon.
Peace out.